Hi guys. My name is Shlen Singh. Recently joined EOH. I'm responsible for the rail sector within industrial technology. Basically, my two main customers that I'm looking at the moment is PRASA and Transnet, Gauteng Management Agency as well. Gauteng Management Agency is quite small comparatively, so our main focus at the moment is mainly PRASA and Transnet. We're basically on the very early stages of IoT in these environments, mainly because they have not evolved through the times in a lot of their technologies. They use a lot of ICT equipment, but in terms of their operational business in moving forward into the ICT environment, they have not gone so far. So I'm not going to talk about systems we've already deployed. I'm mainly going to talk about where we're looking to go basically on it. And there could be some possibilities if you have some solutions that we could customize for them. So basically one of the biggest problems that they have currently at the moment is fare collection. They're currently using a 30-year-old system, fare collection system that's outdated, running on some DOS protocols, so it's very old at the moment. Some of the problems that they have the reason why they need a new fare collection is pain avoidance. They don't know where the demand areas are. They're not EMV compliant, which is the new regulation now in South Africa that they're looking to go towards. So that's one of the first primary issues that they have that could be used with some IoT to make it much more smarter and intelligent way of tracking and monitoring their people movement throughout their organization. Then they have another problem, which is planning and scheduling. Currently they utilize Excel spreadsheets to plan their trains. That's why you see so many trains are delayed. There's no intermodal transport model in terms of freight and passenger, so it's a big problem for them. Both of them, there's no integration between their two timetables, and that causes a lot of delays on the system as well. So that we're currently looking at utilizing some systems as well, but currently we don't have any systems in EOH, so we're actually looking to outsource this and do some integration works on that where we can add some benefit. With the planning and scheduling, they also have issues in terms of their rostering systems, crew management, in terms of their drivers, the people getting the drivers to the locations and back and forth. This also goes hand in hand with your planning as well, because you need to know where your train drivers are, where your trains are to get your train drivers to the place. So there's a lot of systems that talk to each other, and with that, of course, your demand of your people will tell you where your trains need to go. So it's very much, they have a whole lot of issues at the moment, and we're trying to solve step by step, starting to put technology into it. Also, the maintenance systems are obsolete. They currently doesn't interface into the financial and control systems. They bought SAP. They don't have it interface, so they don't know the material management. They don't know how much they have. They don't know if they've bought. They don't know if they do need to buy. So that's totally obsolete at the moment. Another big issue, like the previous person was talking, is theft and vandalism is a major concern. Copper, just general vandalism of equipment. There's some systems that we are looking at trying to use Chase as well, Sukima as well for that there, but I'll go through that just now. Also on the management of the power to electrify the lines, their SCADA subsystems to isolate their overhead lines and the substations. They don't have any system at the moment for that there, and there's currently no standard as well developed. So they are very, very far behind in terms of technology in the environment, mainly because there hasn't been a big spend in terms of in PRASA and Transnet for a while. They focus mainly on infrastructure, but not the operational improvements as they've come along. So they've bought, like you've heard in the news, they've bought a lot of locomotives, they've bought a lot of equipment, but they haven't operationally enhanced their organization. So that's where we are looking to play in now. Sorry?
They're too high.
Okay, so some of the products that we're using to that we are looking at trying to support them with this is, of course, Wonderware in terms of the software system, mainly for the OHT and substations, as they do use EN standards and their global international used case they have as well. So that's one of the products that we are looking to utilize. For the maintenance functions, we're looking at Chase. Chase has some asset maintenance and management systems that we could utilize for that we are busy talking to the customer. In terms of theft and vandalism, I've looked at some of the products that we have, but I've seen there's another product in the market called Fiber Patrol, which actually uses fiber and detecting movement on the ground with existing fiber that doesn't influence the other cores of the fiber, which is a very low-cost solution because they've got fiber running around the entire network. Also, in terms of rostering drivers, so Chase as well has a system for rostering guarding protection services. So we're looking at maybe trying to utilize that core system to grow into the rail environment with some customization, because even if you bring in an international product, you still have to customize to South African rules. So that could be a possibility. We're just looking at the cost benefits in terms of developing versus customizing. Okay. Okay, so available collateral at the moment, we have a very good relationship, working relationship with PRASA and Transnet. We do projects, a lot of projects for them, mainly on the infrastructure side, in terms of track, overhead lines and signaling works. But we trying to leverage off those projects as well to try to get some of our technology projects into PRASA and Transnet as well. We have a very good operational understanding of the environment because we use a lot of we have over 400 people currently working in the rail division, which works across all different environments within PRASA and Transnet. So operationally they understand how they work and what needs to happen in terms of getting operational benefit from any system compared to the other organizations that are going in and looking at their systems. Wonderway is currently being used on the Transnet line and the Oryx line. So we already have a reference site for Wonderway in terms of the system being functional. And Chase is a locally developed and supported product, which most of the other OEMs are using international products. So it brings, as Transnet and PRASA are parastatal and state-owned organizations, it brings a lot of reputable that you have something local as well. Yes?
What does Wonderway do?
Wonderway is a SCADA system, SCADA management system. It's in Bernard Klaus's division. So it's owned by Schneider itself, but we own the license to distribute throughout Africa.
With the OEM,
yeah? Yeah, with the OEM, even though Schneider's in Africa, which is a funny situation. Thank you.
Cool. So, sorry, just
yes.
So who are Chase?
Chase is Sukima. There's the software is called Chase.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Sukima is the company and Chase is a product.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
And did you take anything from what Suleiman is trying to do at Buffalo City that could be replicated? That already is being, I mean, I see huge synergy
Yeah.
in you two putting your heads together
Yeah.
to say, but some
No,
of the
we-
stuff you mentioned there
Yeah.
could be implemented straight away in
Yeah,
this environment.
we are talking at the moment about the best model of how to actually position it, because in terms of PRASA and Transnet, you can't actually just, the change management is a very rough process within the organizations as state-owned companies. So you can't just, dump it and hope for the best. So it's a gradual process which we're trying to work out which is the best way to push it through the organization. Yeah.
So if you take immovable asset management, the idea is that you need a single way how you can control the built environment. And rather than everybody doing it on its own, we're trying to aggregate it and create a modular, scalable solution. So you'll see as we go, that is the trend that we're continuing within industrial tech for that particular environment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done. Thanks, Aiden.